how to handle route parameters and child routes. So till now,
So we discussed about route uh, parameters. Yesterday we learned route parameters and child routes. So in that we discussed a few more points like absolute and relative routes. We discussed about what else? Router outlet. Hmm? So we discussed what is router outlet and child routes, absolute and relative routes. What else yesterday we learned? All these concepts. Yeah. So how to define parent child routes? Working with one simple example. We learned about router outlet also while using child routes. One more point about outlet is there. One concept we should know. So I will give that point. We have to learn such parameters also, but outlet related one concept is there. I will explain that. What is that point is? We have outlet context. Outlet context is there. We have outlet context. We discussed that we can have multiple outlets and outlet context is important. What is context? Already we know. What is it? Context is memory of parent. It is accessible to child. We discussed that context is required to avoid property drilling, props drilling. So we discussed prop drilling and context. I showed one example also. What is outlet context is? Outlet context is nothing but it allows the parent to pass data into child routes without a separate context memory because route already have a context memory. That means we don't need to use a separate context API. Route is also having an internal context. And what is advantage of that? The parent route can send data to the child. Yesterday, where we used outlet, you see in products, shopping products. Let's go to shopping products. In the shopping products, here we are using outlet. And in this outlet, which component is going to render in that outlet? Details component is going to render. This details is going to render. Later, we will design one example. This example doesn't need it. Later, we will create. Suppose we have to pass some data from this parent to the child. That means when you run this npm run API, yesterday we learned how to set API and npm run dev. We need to run both because our example is using a local API, right? You see now it is asking to log in. You can give any name and password is admin and log in. It will get us to electronics. This is getting the products. So related to the data we are accessing and using them. Some problem. Have I changed anything? Acha, we changed the route path. This route path we need to change. I think yesterday we added. So the wherever details is there, products, where is the link? Home. Yeah. We have to put a slash. That's, you know, that yesterday we added one more extra route. What is that? Home. And the products is adding to home. It should not add. It should be a new route. Then we have to make it a absolute route. That's it. Fine. So let's go here. And I am logging in some admin. Login will come. Electronic products will come. Now, when I click here, from products, we are accessing details. You see, details will open here. Later in future, from products to details, you want to send some data. As of now, data is sent by using route parameter. That means what we designed, we created a product ID and we are passing product ID as route parameter. That ID related product is coming. That means data is transported from parent to child. You know that this is child component and this is the parent component. So you know that this is the parent component and this is the child component. How data is transported from parent to child here? It is sent to the URL. From URL, child is accessing the data. We have another technique. The parent can send data to child using another technique. What is the technique is, we can have an outlet context. We have outlet context. Through outlet context, we can pass data from parent route to child. How? It's simple. As of now, we will design that data. Later, we will create a reasonable example. What I will do here is what we need to do. So let's go. And in the design, so we need to define a context. You see the products is having outlet. We can have a context in the outlet. This context is expecting some data. We can pass any type of data. It can be string, it can be array, it can be object, anything we can send. Suppose I'm sending some data. What is the data? Through context we are sending. Suppose roughly context data, some rough message, context data. Okay. We want to collect this. Who can access this context data? The context data is accessible only to the child. Child is details, na? How details can access the context? Outlet context. Remember, it is not normal context, outlet context. How to access outlet context is, you can create outlet context is equal to use outlet context. There is a use outlet context hook. What this hook will do is, it will get the context data from outlet and it can use that in the details. Suppose here in the header, I will put a break. Okay. And here I want to display outlet context. And what is the point? You see context data is coming. Who is sending the data? Parent. parent component send data to child. Child can access and use it without creating a separate context memory, without using route parameters also. Data can be transported from a parent route to child. How? Every outlet has a context memory. In that, you can say any kind of data. As of now, I am sending only a string. We are sending some string. You can send any type of data here. It can be array, it can be object. So you can send anything. For example, if I send product, so suppose products, and you know that products is an array, and I want to use that here. So this products array, it contains so many things. Then you want to use that here. So what we have to do in the details, it is expecting what is it outlet context. It is array. I will use 0 dot. I will put some title. I will add some title. That means the product title will come here. Samsung TV. You can send any data and you can access and use it. You can access and use. So this is something important in React. So React routers have outlet context. What is the concept of outlet context? So what is it? Parent route. Parent route can configure. Parent route can configure a context memory. Parent route can configure a context memory which is accessible, to child. Parent route can configure a context memory which is accessible to child. So parent data is sent to child with outlet context. Parent data is sent to child with outlet context. That means we have outlet. Into that outlet, we have context. And whatever data you want, you can. Child component can access outlet context by using the hook. We have a hook. Use outlet context. By using the hook, use outlet context. So it is simple. Outlet context is equal to use outlet context. That's the hook. You can send any type of data from parent to child. And very important, outlet context is accessible only to children routes. You can say child routes. Only to child routes. It is accessible only to child routes. In next level, when we design one small project, in that we can use this. We will see how we can send. So outlet context allows the data to be passed from parent to child. That's one. So this example, automatically it will be updated into your Git. Just I given that option. So this is one concept related to outlet. We have to know about this. Next, another important related to routing is search parameters. Search parameters. Search parameters. Actually, search parameters are nothing but the query string data. And actually, we know that the search parameters are already there in your JavaScript. You learned URL search parameters, which is used to get query string. Search parameters are nothing but usually what happens, suppose we are creating some route. Okay, let's see here. We have this home. Okay, in this home, I'm using this home. That is the name and admin. Okay, it will get us this home. Suppose in this home, I want to give a search bar. We want to provide some search. Then let's go to home. In the home, let's create a div. Input type is text. And just I will put a button. Class BI search BTN. Okay. And I will keep this in the input group. Input group. That's fine. So class W25. Okay. This is some width form control. Now, what is the concept is in this, what we want to do is so BTN dark. Okay. In this, when user enters any search, placeholder search, just roughly I given. When user enters any product name, suppose it is TV, mobile, some product name, and click on search, it should go to some component. There it should show those results. Am I right? So when user clicks on the search, it should navigate to a component and there it should display search. These are okay. They are directly accessing like this. We don't want, so we want a separate one. That means in the home, when we log in, yeah, here the search. I click on search, it should go to some results and there it should show these search results. So first point is we will create one shopping results dot JSX export function shopping results. It's a simple component with a simple div. Suppose I give search results. Okay. Now what is the requirement is this search results should open. So make sure that you mention a route. What is the route path? Route path is search. Sorry, not search, it is results. And which element it should render? It should render shopping results. It should render shopping results. Now, let's go to the home. In this search bar, when user clicks the button, what I'm doing now is I'm enclosing this in a form. And you know, form have a method get. What is get method is? Get method can submit the form data. So this name is some search. That is search. Text box name is search. Now you know that on get method, form submits the data to query string in the URL. Not only that, after submitting data to query string, it should navigate to a route called results. How you will navigate to route results? We have action. You know, form have action. You learned in HTML. What is form action? Form action defines where to submit the data. So it should submit the data to results route. It should submit the data to results. Results is a route path name. That means now what will happen? You entered something, electronics, and click on search, or this is TV, and click on search. It should navigate to search results. And you can see in the search results, it is getting the route path and it is passing the route parameter. Actually, it is not route parameter, it is search parameter. Because when you submit data using a form, we have two methods, form post method, form get method. On post method, data is submitted as form body. I already showed you. I told you about form data now. By using form data, we can collect it. But when form is submitted on get request, the data will be in URL. Now in React.js, if data is submitted in the URL, how to collect it? In URL, data is submitted not as route parameter. It is submitted as a query string. Route parameter means you can access use params. Use params, that is route parameter. If it is submitted as search parameter, then what you can do is you can go to the results page. Where is it? Yeah. So we can go to the results page. In the results page, how to collect the search parameters? We have to configure a constant and we need a getter. We need a getter. That means suppose query string. I'm just using some getter name and it can use URL. So here we have use search parameters. What use search parameters can do is it can collect the query string and it can give the query string here. It can get the query string. So what I will do temporarily, I will show you the point. For example, use effect at the time of mounting temporarily. I will log console.log the query string to show you what it is coming. And you can see that when I log the query string, search, inspect, in the console log, you can see URL search parameters is coming and it is size 1. And you know that URL search parameters is like a map. How we can access data from map? Map is a key value collection. How we can access that? That means what you can do. Dot get. Get what is the key name? Key name is what? Search. It can get the result and it can show me what you are searching for TV. That means now what we have to do here. we have to collect the search parameter. And now what I want here, I want all the products uh, whose title is matching with the word I entered, and it should display them. Then how to do that? I need to access all the products, and I need to return only the products whose title is having the word I am searching for. Already I told you how to use filtering. We can use includes na? Includes method. By using includes, we can search. So logic you have to write. Now what we have to do? In the search results, display the products that have the word TV. Right? We have to display the word products that have TV. Then how we can search? How we can search? Actually, this is search parameter. How we can search is, suppose temporarily I'm using Axios dot what get. What is the route? http://localhost or 12700. What is the 3000 API is running? In that slash we have what? Products. So dot then so response, and we will put console.log, and we have response.data, and you can see all that response data will come. That means all the products are coming. In that, we need to search only the product whose title is matching with the word TV. Then what to do? I don't want all of them. I have to use a filter. And what is the filter? Read every product. Okay. After that, what to do? Get the product related title and check it includes. Am I right? Title, convert the title to what? Lowercase. After converting to lowercase, what to do? After converting to lowercase, check that it includes, includes what? It includes what? Includes search. Search how you will get. Query string dot what? Get by using what? Search. This also convert to, what is it? Lowercase. Convert to lowercase. This is how you find any data. That means what it should do is, it should get me and display only the product that matches with TV. Only the product that matches with TV. That means I will go back. So actually this is home. Yeah. In the search, what we will do, I am searching for mobile, and click on the search. It will get me to results. In the results, it will show me which is matching with mobile. That means what we are doing, we are accessing every product title, convert that into lowercase, and in that we are using includes, we are verifying the word that we entered as search string is available or not. If it is available, return that. That means now what we have to do. So if you know this logic, what is happening, then what we have to do, constant, we have to get products. What is it? Set products is equal to use state. I'm expecting an array of object. So every product have a title, every product have a price, and every product have a rating. Like this I'm using. Every product I think have a category ID. Category ID we are accessing, and here I will set products and all the response data. And what we have to do, display only those products here. I will put an unordered list, And here I will use products.map, read every product and generate a list item, and in that display the product. And here I am just using a key. So it is having product dot. I am temporarily using title, but it should be ID, product dot title. And you can see it should display only the product that matches with that result and show. So we can give here another link. So we can give another link. This link will be linked to /home. It will link to home. That means it will get back to the home. And here say home. Just I am adding the word home. It will get back to the home. I am searching for kids and search, and it should get me the kids jeans. In search results, it will show. This time we are not querying using route parameter. We are querying by using search parameter. When we use route parameter and when we use search parameter, if you are transporting data through a form, then always data will be transported as a query string. If you are transporting data without a form, then we can send them as route parameters or we can send them as context. If it is child route, if it is not child route, we cannot use context. If it is child route, we can use context. So what is the purpose of search parameters? When you are sending data through a form, then data is always as search parameter. So we have to access that. So this is very, very important, especially search parameters. So form submits its data as query string, submits its data as query string. Form submits its data as query string. Its data as query string on get request. On get request. It can submit to any specific route using action. It can submit to any specific route using action. Any specific route using action. Any specific route using action. So React Router DOM provides the hook. React Router DOM provides the hook. Use search params. So which can access the search parameters. That means query string, which can access the search parameters. Generally in JavaScript, which method can collect query string? In JavaScript also we can collect the query string. How? URL search parameters. In JavaScript, you have a method called URL search parameters. By using URL search parameters, you can collect the search string. That means in actual DOM, how you can collect is, suppose I am searching for suppose some TV. Okay, in actual DOM, how you do is in that in actual DOM, we use new URL search parameters. Into that URL search parameter, we have to pass location dot search. Location dot search will get us location dot search is going to get the query string, and we can get what is it? Search is the name na? Search is the parameter name, and you can see it can access TV. That's how we do using JavaScript. JavaScript can access the search parameters using a DOM method called URL search parameter. URL search parameter will collect the query string. Location search will return query string. Suppose if I use location search, it returns complete query string like this. But separating key value is difficult. Then what we can do? We can separate the key and value by using URL search parameters. It can separate the key and value, and we can easily get based on key. You know that there can be multiple also. There can be multiple. How multiple query strings are passed by using ampersand key and value. If a form has 3-4 fields, every field is passed as a query string using ampersand. It is not just only one parameter. You can have multiple parameters also. So how to access them? This is so JavaScript DOM can access query string using location search. Using location search. And it is converted into key and value collection using URL search parameters. Using URL search parameters. I'll give a syntax here. Suppose JavaScript syntax is this. Constant parameters is equal to new URL search parameters. In that location dot search params dot get, and you have to use the key. In the React router DOM, constant parameters is equal to use search parameters. It's a destructure syntax. Same params dot get. We have to define the key. So if in the path, so this is the path. So question mark key 1 is equal to value 1, ampersand key 2 is equal to value 2, like this. We can have multiple parameters. And for this example, I'm just posting the concept so that you can verify in that project in GitHub. So what changes we have done? So add new file, components into shopping folder. So what are the components you have? Shopping, such shopping home, shopping results. That's the combination. Already home and results JSX code is there. You will get it from there. Code is on GitHub. You can try. And one more, what you should do, go to shopping index.jsx and add route for results. That's you have to do. I already added that. So route path will be results. These two things you should do, which already I done in that. You will get the updated code on GitHub. Home contains a form, and on form submit, it will navigate to results. And in the results, we are collecting the data. Just for your understanding sake, I will give the syntax. Form method will be what? Get. Action will be what? Results. So here search. That is the search area we have to design. Action indicates where to navigate. It will navigate to that path. How we are finding the products whose title is matching with the search string. And remember, we can put an alternative saying that not found. When you will put an alternative not found, if the key you entered is not matching with anybody inside the products, then it will return undefined. Now, what is your concept? Use conditional rendering. I told you conditional rendering, and what you have to do, if products is undefined, display no products found. If products is defined, then display the products, right? That means the results must display when the results found. That means if not found, what they return? Suppose you see now in this must be returned when it is found. So, for example, I will log here console.log response.data. Sorry, here products, yeah, response.data. And observe here, I am searching here as fan something, and you can see it is showing the results. Actually, this is all the data is coming. All the data is coming because what it is doing, it is getting all the data. After filter, we have to get products. That means what we will do, I will use console log. Here we are using products. Means after that we are using. That means what is the products it is doing. So products is an object null. That means title is returned as what? Null. Now what is your condition? If product title is null, then say that no product found. If product is not null, then display the product. You try, because you learned conditional rendering, these type of small logics you need to do. So in the result, what you should do, in the results, if here, so product title is null, then show that no product found. If there is product title available, print it. That depends on how you render with the title. Here, conditional rendering. Through conditional rendering, we have to verify and print. You try the logic. If you can't do, I will show. But it's simple. Here only we have to write. What is that? Check the condition. Title is null. Then say not found. If not null, then print those title. That's one. Okay, you try that. That is one concept. And okay, this is the concept. Yeah, this is the concept of how the search parameters are used. So route parameters, search parameters. What is difference? Route parameters are a part of router DOM. Search parameters are a part of actual DOM. Even virtual DOM is accessing, they are actually part of actual DOM. That means they are passed as query strings. You can access the query string is always actual DOM. So how virtual DOM can access the query string? By using use search parameters. Through actual DOM also we can access. For that, use search parameters we have to use. So this is route related one more concept. Router outlet context. Another one is search parameters. Next important, another concept is lazy routes. You have another very important lazy routes. So lazy routes is another part. What is the concept of route and why we need lazy routes? See, actually, I will show you. This is index. Can you tell me currently it is accessing which route? Currently, it is accessing which route? Currently, which route you are watching on screen? So you are watching, go to the index, you are watching login. That means which component is currently on screen? Two components are on screen. What are the two components? One is index. Inside index, login. So how many components are in my current screen? Current screen have two components. One is index, another one is login. So it should load only two components related library. It should import and load only two components. Observe now. Let's go to here. Let's go to network category. In the network category, once you refresh and see, you will see some results will come. And you observe here, it is showing shopping products is loaded. Shopping products is loaded. Shopping details is loaded. Shopping results loaded. Shopping login load. Why you are loading others? That is heavy on application. Lazy loading loads only what is needed for our situation. Currently, what is being used, only that will be loaded. That's good. Lazy loading is a technique used in software programming to load the library, only the library that is required for that situation. Eager loading is opposite to lazy loading. Eager loading will load everything. Even when we are not using, it is loaded. That is eager loading. Actually, this lazy loading like concept is there in general HTML also, right? If you know in HTML, you learned HTML, you know HTML have an image. Image have a loading attribute. You can keep loading as lazy or eager. Images also can load lazy. In HTML, you will learn about how image loads lazy. Generally, what is the concept of lazy? Lazy will allow to load only what is needed for the situation. Okay, let's try how to do that. How we can configure lazy loading. To configure lazy loading, very important is every component, if you want to load only when required, make sure that those components, for example, let's go to home. Home must be loaded. So when it is requested, that means what we will do is make sure that the component is marked as default. Every component that has to load lazy, it should be marked as default. We have to mark it as default. Okay. Now you will have error everywhere. Why? Because in index, when you are importing this, which one? Login. We not login. Home na. We cannot import like this. What we have to do? We have to import the home using another technique. What is the technique? We can't import like this. What we have to do is we have to define using a technique called, so means we have to just write constant. We need to create a constant that is shopping home, that is the name, is equal to, we have a lazy method. We have a lazy method of React. This lazy method will use a callback function. This callback function will return an import statement. This import statement can import the file. Which file to import? Dot slash. It should import shopping home. This is lazy importing. That means it will not import home and use until it is on screen, until user access. It will not load until user access. And very important is, if it is taking some time to load, that means you requested, it will load on request only. Previously, what is the loading? Eager. It already loaded, but now it will load on request. Then it will take some time. That means you requested, it will load, it will take some time. This time between request and load complete is called suspense. That means the time between the request and the load complete is called suspense, because suspense tells that it is still loading. Because we are not sure loading completed or not, we have to wait for some time, the load will happen. So if you are implementing lazy loading, make sure that all the routes are inside a suspense, of React. React provides a suspense, and inside the suspense keep the route. Suspense uses a fallback. Fallback uses a message. We can put a div and we can say loading, please wait. Later, when we design a proper example, we can put spinners spinning. That means you requested home and it is taking some time to load home, because in real time data comes from database APIs. It will take time. Then it will put a spinner saying that loading, please wait. Once it is loaded, it will render the result. That means when you are implementing lazy loading, it must implement suspense features. And what is the suspense feature? Suspense feature will verify whether it is loading or not. If it is taking time, it will put a fallback message. The fallback message indicates that it is loading. You need to wait. Once the loading completed, fallback message is hidden and it will display your content. This is the concept of lazy loading, and it's almost mandatory in real time. All the routes till now you imported, that's not the good way. The best way is lazy. Every component import with lazy technique. That is the best way to improve the performance of application. All these days, how you imported component is not great. It is okay. Sometimes we need some libraries ready. Then we put as eager. Others we need lazy. Okay, observe now here. I'm refreshing this. You can see here in this tutorial. Okay, here. Yeah. In this now, you can observe in this area, there is no home. Which home? Actually, so many are there. Huh? What is our name? Shopping. Huh? All shopping related are present in S. Okay. You see in shopping details, shopping index, shopping login, shopping products, shopping results, shopping JSX, but shopping home is not there. Why all others are there? Because all are eagerly loading. We haven't implemented lazy. Lazy we implemented only for one. Like that, you put lazy for every component. You will see here everything empty. Means it will not load. Observe carefully now. See, unnecessarily your application is making 65 requests. You can see it is making 65 requests and 4.1 MB resources transferred. It took approximately 154 milliseconds to load everything. This is too much time waste. You are loading 65. You know, as a web developer, if number of requests increase, page load time will increase. And observe carefully now. I will enter the name and I will enter the wrong password. So nothing is happening. That's fine. Good. But when I enter the correct password, admin, now which component has to load? Home. And you can see home component is loaded. Now home component is coming. And previously we don't have that in the list. Na? That means like that, login, products, results, everyone should load lazy. And you may ask like why I can't see that message loading, because it is so fast that you can't see that message. You can delay loading by some time. You know timeout functions. Na? You delay by 5 minutes or just 2-3 seconds, then it will show the message. Later we will see. When we work our real API, we can do that. We can put some timeout and we can use it. So lazy routes are very, very important, right? And how do we configure? We need to follow some rules. So what is the point about this is every component in React is eagerly loaded by default. Every component in React is eagerly loaded by default. It increases the number of requests for a page. and also load time. Lazy loading is a technique used to load the component library only when required. Lazy loading is a technique used to load the component library only when required. It improves the performance of application. It improves the performance of application. It improves the performance of application. And load time. So first thing, mark the component function as default export. So export default function and component. Some roughly like login I given. Import lazy and suspense from React. Configure component expression with with lazy import. That means constant login. Generally, we maintain same name. Any name you can give. Component name is the reference name. Lazy, it uses a callback function and it uses import and login. That's how we need to define. Next, important, enclose all lazy components in suspense container with a fallback. With a fallback status actually. That means we have to use suspense, fallback, and make sure that all the routes are inside it. Element is same, huh? So log in like this. So what are suspense features? In React interviews these days, these are very common things. How lazy routes are defined, how suspense is configured. So that is lazy loading of routes. Next important is we have another concept called route authentication. Actually, officially, route authentication is not there. We have to implement using some external techniques. Some technologies have built-in authentication, like Angular. Angular is having a route authentication inbuilt. But here in React, we don't have such. We have to implement externally. Route authentication means how you will restrict the routes so that they are not accessible to unauthorized user. That means as of now, everyone can access your routes. There is no restriction. For example, what I have done in this example is I given a login. Is it necessary to log in order to access home? In this current example, is it necessary to open home? Necessary to log in to open home? No, not necessary. I can skip login. What I can do, I can go here and type /home. I don't need to log in. I can access directly. And I hope you have seen please wait message came. Have you observed? Huh? Right? I hope you people observed. So I am accessing /home. It is taking some time. It shows please wait. Loading please wait and it display because you mentioned suspense now, it will load. That means now there is no restriction actually. Anybody can, how this is possible? That's not good. So after successfully verifying the user, then only I can give access to certain route. Guest user can watch few details, but others are only for authorized user. Now, how you use authentication? React don't have any inbuilt authentication. Then what React developers do is they use cookies, they use local storages, session storages, they use tokens. Tokens are like JWT tokens and all. Server side, those tokens are defined. Client side, we verify them. That means it's not like in React you will use tokens. In React, you will not create tokens. Tokens are created through server side technology. Here in React, we just verify them. We verify the token. If token is matching, then give access. We verify cookie. Cookie is matching, then access. We verify local storage, session storage. If they are matching, we give access. That means we need to design in such a way that these routes are accessible only to authorized people. So how we can implement authentication? That we'll see in next session. Right, in the next session, you are going to learn about route authentications, how authorizations we can provide, so that people with successful credentials only, they can access the routes. They can access our app and use our app. How to restrict that. And one more, we will see how we can create reusable routes with a separate file. That's also we can do. If these two topics are completed, we can start one project. In that project, we will add all other concepts like hooks of React. So lot of other functionalities are there. We will add all of them. Then finally, you will get one picture of how complete React features are used in one application. We'll learn about that. Monday will continue. Okay, right.